So there's a lot of ins and outs that follow a VA appraisal, and I want to go through all these little nuances so that you have a good idea of what to expect. So the first thing is the VA appraisal fees are set by the Veterans Administration, and their timeliness requirements are also set by the Veterans Administration. You can find this information by going to this web address, and it should be updated by the VA. Now, there are some areas called high demand counties that you need to know, and those fees are typically higher than they are in regular counties. And the whole purpose of this was that several years ago, when the cost of homes was going up very quickly, appraisal fees were going up quickly because of the just enormous demand. These appraisers were getting more orders than they could fill. And so what happened is these appraisers were being offered more and more money, and as a result, they were pushing away VA appraisals, or at least this is what I understand, because they were being offered $700 or $800 to go inspect this property, but the VA was only paying maybe $500 in that area. And so the appraisers obviously were going to take the more profitable loans. To combat this problem, the VA came back and says, okay, in high demand counties, the VA appraisal is going to be much higher. So in this case, like in Wake County, for example, North Carolina, I believe it used to be $525. Now it's $800. And the reason why is if it's not $800, the appraiser is just not going to show up and accept the order. The other thing you need to know is that the VA appraisals require the appraiser to do a lot more work than they do, let's say, on a conventional appraisal. So for starters, the utilities must be on. The VA appraiser has to go out and they turn on the water to make sure that the hot water heater is working. They're going to check electricity. They're going to be clicking on lights in different rooms. They're going to pop their head up into the attic space and take pictures to make sure that there's insulation and no damage, water damage, things of that nature. And then if there's room or accessibility, they're also going to do that underneath the home. They're also looking for peeling paint and minimum property requirements. If you want to know more about that video, there's the link. And really what it is that the VA appraiser has to ensure not only that the property meets VA requirements, but that the veteran is not going to be inconvenienced. And I'm going to use my VA appraisal as an example. So I had a new home construction home many years ago, and the stove that was ordered by the builder was incorrect. They ordered liquid propane instead of natural gas. As a result, when you turn the burners on, the burners didn't work properly. It was just like a teeny tiny little flame because we were waiting for this one little part that would convert it from liquid propane to natural gas. So the appraiser came out and it was going to fail the appraisal inspection because the stove wasn't working. And I told him, I said, I know the part's on the way. It's going to be more of an inconvenience for me to have to delay this closing for a week or two waiting on that one little part than it is for me to accept the stove in the condition that it's in. So if you think that there's something small, it can't be anything major, but if it's something really small and it's going to delay your closing, I would recommend that you try to meet the appraiser out there and vocalize that and let them know that, hey, this is not really a big deal to me. And as long as it doesn't violate VA guidelines and it's really not a big deal and it's something that's going to be remediated quickly, more often than not, the appraiser may be willing to just say, okay, the appraisal's as is, meaning everything is just peachy. Let's go ahead and move forward. If you have any questions about VA loans, appraisals, anything else, you can always email me. Leave a comment down below. I hope you found this video useful.